Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We are in the hunt of the DANK ISK in the Abyss. We are in the T6 Gamma and we're about to shred some abyssal entities. I want to soon do some Triglavian hunting in the Golem, but in the meantime, before I get that all prepared, I want to do some abyssal dead space. So here we go. We've got the Devoted Knight spawn. This is a pretty difficult spawn in terms of DPS. It can get pretty hot sometimes, so we have to be a little bit cautious, but hopefully we'll get through. I want to keep out of range of the short range Deviant Automatic Suppressor because it is an absolute nightmare for my drones. It takes so much damage, so we're going to sort of angle ourselves down here. It is also going to be favorable because there's a blue cloud, so the frigates will go down really fast. But I'm going to focus on destroying these Devoted Knights here, the cruisers, because they do a lot of damage. And then after that, we might want to go for these little frigates that are going to also be a significant amount of DPS as well. Oh, do you see how much damage we did right there? Because the thing is, the Sanchas, they have a lot of DPS, or not a lot of DPS, but a lot of tank in their shields. And the shields are also amped up. Oh, another Deviant Automatic Suppressor. But the shields are amped up in their Gamma sight. They're a lot stronger than they usually would be. So then their armor and structure is very tiny. And when they finally get through the shields, you'll suddenly see how quick it will go down. So it's very fun to see. But it's not fun to see is that my drones are getting shredded by the Deviant Automatic Suppressor because they're pretty much just wanting to go directly into that thing. It is very frustrating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall these drones. It's going to be unfortunate, but I'm going to probably want to do now is just go for all these frigates that are close to me, just to take out everything that's in close range. So then we can at least destroy stuff that's not in range of the Deviant Automatic Suppressor, because I think tank is good. So like if I want for tank purposes, like to preserve as much tank as possible, I'd want to go for the Devoted Knights because they do the cruisers, they do the most amount of damage. But since that's not the case, I'm going to just try to spare my drones tank and just go for all this little stuff that's close. Make the maybe Devoted Knights go a little bit closer to me, maybe maneuver around so that they can get out of that Deviant Automatic Suppressor. In fact, he seems to almost be out of range of this, so I might even tell them to the drones to go for that Devoted Knight soon, because you can see he's repping up. It's a bit annoying when they're seeing him repping up his shields when I already had almost taken him down. So we'll actually go for him next. Drones, please go and do not die. Deviant Automatic Suppressor is very far away, so I'm thinking they're taking some drone aggro right here. So I will actually go with my light missiles and take out these little frigates over here. Come on, lock them up, please. There we go. It took a really long time to lock up. Have I got like a penalty? No, because sometimes I can redeem these login rewards by accident, and that's actually something that you really should do that I very often forget. Check your login rewards in case you like redeem something that it gives you a side effect, because you can sometimes get these like special boosters. Like a synth blue pill, not synth blue pill, like a standard blue pill boost or something like that. They can have side effects, and if you get a side effect, it's not good because you can get. I remember once getting one that like reduced my capacitor recharge rate, so I was a cap unstable. I also got one that made my shield pool smaller, so I had a smaller shield at max HP, so I was able to be like wrecking shotted a lot easier in the Abyss. So it was not nice. Make sure you check those side effects. I didn't do that actually. I should have done that. And something I don't take into consideration because sometimes I just automatically just redeem my gifts without thinking too much, but it can actually happen that you can have problems if those side effects are too significant. I mean, if you get a strong one, I think strong boosters give worse side effects, so you could maybe get one of them, and it would not be a good time if you got a bad side effect that you really your Abyss fit relied upon for getting you through it. Let's see now. Oh, that last missile I shot there, it should have actually gone for this Triglavian bioadaptive cache to pop that. We'll have our frigates instead go for these, or our drones go for these frigates over here. We've got minus 50% explosive resistance. This is not good. It's going to make it all go a lot slower. I actually previously did an Abyss site, and it was also minus 50% if you saw that video. It was a bit on the slow side, so we're going to want to just save some time here. So unfortunately we're getting another minus 50% because it just goes so much quicker when you're going with the minus 70% one. But that's the Abyss for you. Not everything can be the way you want it. It's an RNG fest, but stuff can be a little bit however it wants to be. Approach the transfer conduit. How much time do we have left? We're approaching 6 minutes, but it seems like we're not doing that bad for time, so it's alright. Alright, let's get out here. Continue, continue. Great, great, great. Killing these frigates very quickly. Gila looks really spicy. I'm not a big fan of purple colors. I mean, I know a lot of people like purple color, but I don't like purple color a whole lot. That's why I don't really like the scenery as much in the like the Gamma Abyss compared to other types of Abyss. Probably my favorite, the background for the Gila's camo. I like the exotic sights, the green background. I think it looks very good with the the color scheme of the Gila. Like it fits it very well. I don't know, I feel like it fits it very well. Like the kind of camo it's got fits a little bit with having a bit of a green ominous background. Oh, we did more than 6 minutes there. Gosh, those little frigates in the end are very powerful. We have to go now for these Marshals right here. They do a lot of damage here, so we're gonna have to pull range, send our Valkyries for these guys directly, and we will lock up these little frigates here who will get close, who will need to knock out with our missiles. There we go. It's always good to use the Augmenteds in the Marshal wave because they do the most amount of damage. The Marshals, they have naturally pretty low resists, so it's better to just go for pure DPS rather than like a particular damage type, like a weather effect. I mean, we didn't even go for this little. Oh, we should have locked this guy up right there. We'll lock up this extraction node actually, and go for this. Hopefully, we don't take too much damage from these NPCs, these Marshals over here. But we managed to assign our drones just before we got out of lock range. This is great because when you're outside 70-kilometer range of the Marshals, then you'll have a good time. You'll hardly take any damage at all. It'll be very chill. The Enforcers can also do damage. They don't apply that well. If they web you a lot with a lot of webbing frigates, they can apply well as well. So just don't underestimate the Enforcers as well. I find that the Marshals apply a bit better, or maybe they don't apply a bit better, but they just generally speaking do more damage. But the Enforcers really do hit hard as well. They hit hard like the Marshals if you're getting target painted and webbed a lot. Just don't underestimate them as well. Alright, we'll go a little bit to the side here. We've got a bit of a tachyon cloud. It's always nice to have tachyon clouds when you're in the Marshal wave because it's pretty much the opposite of a blue cloud. It'll make them apply worse, and unlike a blue cloud, which will increase your signature radius and not make them apply better, the tachyon cloud will just make you go super fast. It'll be very, very nice. Like the missiles will apply a lot worse. Just keep moving like this. What is they can lock all these guys up now? I think there's a fewer targets now on grid. That Thunderchild. Thunderchild Disparrow Troop can be good to go for first, but it's not really. It would be for time because the Thunderchild, I've noticed, regens quite a bit of shield HP over time. So you can save a bit of time by destroying him first, so if you don't leave him for last, because if you leave him for last, then he'll regen all his HP. He's a very similar to the Vedmak because, or not the Vedmak, the Leshak, because he spawns with pretty much no shield, so you can kill him very quickly in the beginning. The reason I don't go for him first is because he doesn't do so much damage. The Marshals do a lot of the damage. That's why he's a high threat priority. But otherwise, if it wasn't for the Marshals, it can be good to go for the Thunderchild to save time, because you will save a lot of time by going through him, since he has got a pretty hefty shield HP pool otherwise. Alright, there we go. That Marshal room went down very quickly, very smoothly. It's just really a case of pulling range. Pulling range, you'll have a good time. Stay out of blue clouds. Make sure you've deployed your drones preemptively. That's why the drone link augmenter is very useful, because you'll be able to then apply your drones or assign them even when you're really far away. It may not always be the case if you don't have a drone link augmenter. I mean, the drone link augmenter is not that particularly useful for me because I have got 60-kilometer range without 60-kilometer drone control range, that is, without any kind of drone link augmenter. But still, the 70 kilometers is the range of the Marshals missiles. I have a 72 or something, 70-kilometer lock range, 72. Being able to have those extra 12 kilometers, I feel like it does feel a lot more relaxing, and it does feel a lot more safe having the extra distance to be able to apply my missiles, or to be able to apply my drones with the drone link augmenter. I have got a Tech 2 drone link augmenter. It is not at all particularly useful. It is useful in the case of you could say auto assigning drones, because it will be able to auto aggress or auto assign my targets to aggressed entities that are very far away outside my lock range. But otherwise, that very rarely happens, so usually it's just going to be the case that it'll be a waste. So I may as well have actually just a Tech 1 but I actually had the fitting space to put a Tech 2 so it costs hardly anything, the Tech 2 so I just went for the Tech 2 That's really how it is. Yeah, I'll go for these starving Vedmax. They newt a lot, do also a lot of damage, and we'll go for all these Vedmax here. Just generally speaking, Vedmax do a lot of damage. Tanglers and Ghosters as well are going to be a bit of a problem. Then that's really it. It will take a bit of damage initially. I mean, it is a lot of damage incoming from these Vedmax, and they will slowly, gradually ramp up over time. But we kill the Vedmax very quickly so that we won't really even be able to experience their high damage for a very long time at all. You see that Vedmax just disintegrated in just a few seconds. Now we go towards this bi-adaptive over here. And use our missiles to assist these drones. Taking a bit of drone aggro. It's not always nice to see that, but it's not too bad. Oh, we do big hits right there. You see them? Like almost half our HP somehow. I think we've got some wrecking shot perhaps. Can happen sometimes when they spool up the Triglavians. Their wrecking shots hit big. There we go. Destroy these guys now. Hitting quite hard actually, these Triglavians. I don't know why. Feels like they're hitting a lot harder than just for the spawn. Like, it's not a particularly aggressive spawn. You could have a lot more Vedmax, for example, and the Vedmax do a lot of damage. But I mean, the Damavix probably also doing a lot of damage. Still though, I didn't expect this much damage from just 3 Vedmax. After this Vedmac, we're going to go for these guys who are not targeting my drones. Or these guys who are not targeting me. Because it's very annoying how they're targeting my drones. You can see we're taking a lot of shield damage. And it's coming from these guys here who are not locking me up. They're targeting my drones. We'll approach the origin conduit, and we'll be in range to be able to jump as soon as we're done. Please move. There we go. I could hardly move the ship at all because of how much webifying we've got. I was like zooming in. I was thinking, oh, why are we not moving? I was zoomed in on this wreck because we were in the middle of that wreck. Oh, that Damavik went down quick. Take out this Webify over here. Oh no, my Valkyries, they've taken a beating. We'll go for the Augmented. Let's go for those. They have a lot of tank, they do a lot of damage, but they don't, I think they will effectively do less damage than Tech 2s because we've got the reduced explosive resistance. However, it's not like by a massive margin, but it still is not like reduced so much. But still, these guys, they have low explosive resistance naturally, so it will be amped up. Like their explosive hole will be amped up, like made much bigger naturally. Pop these Damaviks. The Damaviks, they'll just go quicker and quicker the more you destroy, because all of them have got remote reps. So you can think of it, each one you destroy takes off a remote repping guy, or the ability for him to remote rep one of his friends. So it'll be just easier and easier for each one you destroy, or quicker and quicker. It's not like that impactful, their remote reps, on like you'll still be able to out DPS them, they'll just go a little bit slower. Now, I just find that it feels, generally speaking, quicker when the more I destroy. Split them up even now because there's so few of these Damaviks that their remote reps are not going to play a particularly big role, so actually the travel time between them will start to play a bigger role. And we can also see that we've got the Deviant Automata Suppressor going on. It's very nice because they actually are taking damage, these little rogue drones over here. Alright, go for this guy over here. Well, we can maybe go towards this extraction. It's 50 kilometers away. I don't think it'll really be worth our time. If I had a mobile tractor unit, it would have been a good idea. And this would be, in fact, a perfect candidate for a mobile tractor unit type of wreck to pull in, because I would just dump it here and it'll pull that 50 kilometers directly without me even having to go there and go back. So I probably should have a mobile tractor unit. Me personally, I can't really be bothered because I rarely find the time to be able to pull them in, since I'm often constricted on time in the T6 Gammas. It's quite tight on time in these sites, but it could be good to have. It's also a bit to do with cargo space as well. My cargo space often fills up to quite a big degree in the T6 sites, so having a decent supply of ammo is not the easiest when you have a mobile tractor unit in your cargo. But either way, that's a easy T6 site right there. It wasn't as not a crazy amount of ISK we got right here, but still decent. I mean, 107 million ISK is always appreciated. I consider really over 100 million ISK from T6 to be like fantastic ISK. I am very happy then when I see that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.